Have you read the book or just watched the movie? Are you sure the story you know is the real one? Movie adaptations often change the plot, leave out key scenes, or alter the meaning of characters. Today, we'll explore the biggest differences between books and their movie versions and find out why relying only on the film isn't always the best idea. Let's get started. 1. Why do movies change books? Before diving into specific examples, let's think about this. Why do film adaptations differ from books? The main reasons are threefold. Length. Books are often extensive, while movies have limited runtime. If The Lord of the Rings included every detail from the book, each part would be 10 hours long. Dramaturgy. Some scenes that work perfectly in books might feel dull or overly complicated in movies. That's why filmmakers sometimes simplify plots or characters. Commercialization. A movie must be appealing to the widest audience possible. This means more action, more romance, and less philosophy. Unfortunately, this sometimes leads to the loss of the book's deeper themes. 2. The biggest plot changes. What did movies completely alter? Now, let's look at some specific examples. Some adaptations are masterpieces, but others, well, let's be honest. The Great Gatsby lost meaning. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald isn't just a story about luxury and wild parties, as movies might suggest. It's a harsh critique of the American dream, showing how the pursuit of wealth destroys people. The Leonardo DiCaprio movie dazzles visually, but completely avoids the psychological depth of the main characters. For example, Daisy, who is portrayed in the book as shallow and selfish, appears in the movie as merely a victim of her circumstances. 1984. A weakened totalitarian horror. George Orwell's 1984 is a terrifying vision of a totalitarian state where everything is controlled and people lose their free will. While movie adaptations try to preserve the book's atmosphere, they often tone down the brutality of the system. The films rarely show Winston's inner thoughts, which is a shame because his psychological breakdown is the most horrifying part of the novel. Les Miserables, cinematic romance versus harsh reality, Victor Hugo's Les Miserables. If you've only seen the movie, you might think Jean Valjean gets a relatively happy ending. But the book is much harsher. Hugo portrays the immense injustice of the era, the deep psychological development of the characters, and shows that even good people don't always get a happy fate. The movie mainly focuses on the romantic storyline of Cosette and Marius, but the book goes much further. 3. Characters who completely disappeared. Sometimes, movies cut out entire characters, which can drastically change the story's meaning. Harry Potter and the House Elves. For example, in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the entire storyline of the House Elves is missing. Dobby and Winky played a significant role in the book in highlighting how magical creatures were treated. But, in the film? Nothing. Everything is simplified to Dobby occasionally helping Harry, and that's it. The Lord of the Rings. Tom Bombadil. Where are you? And what about The Lord of the Rings? The books feature the mysterious character Tom Bombadil, one of the most enigmatic figures in Tolkien's world. But you won't see him in the films. Why? Because his presence didn't fit the epic cinematic style. But in the book, his chapter beautifully enriches the story with mystery and philosophy. 4. When movies change the ending and ruin everything sometimes, filmmakers decide to change the ending. And that can be highly controversial. The heart of the matter, a happy ending that doesn't belong. Graham Greene's The Heart of the Matter has a sad, existential ending in the book. The film, well, it changed everything to make it more audience-friendly. But by doing so, it completely lost the book's main message. Wrong Turn, psychological thriller versus gore horror. The book version of Wrong Turn is a psychological thriller, but the movie turned it into pure gore without any deeper meaning. This is a perfect example of how an adaptation can completely distort the original message. Conclusion. What's better, book or movie? The truth is, it depends on what you expect from the story. Movies can bring a story to life visually, but books often offer much more depth, details, and hidden messages. If you're preparing for an exam, remember, a movie might help, but the book is a safe bet. Which movie adaptation disappointed you the most? Comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe.